Hi, my name is Juan from Anatomage, and today I will be showing you how to navigate through the ebook as well as some of the many features that come with it and more.
When you first log in, you'll see a few things. To the left, we have our navigation tabs, starting with Home, Announcements, Class List, Assignments, Chapters, About Us, and finally the new 3D on Cloud, which we will get to later on. Looking at the home page, we have Announcements, Assignments, and to the bottom of that, we have Chapters List, Popular Content, and Top 5 Components. Next, we will talk about how to create announcements. When you enter the announcements page, any announcements you've created will populate here. To create an announcement, you click New Announcement, title it whatever you'd like, select the class if not all, and write your announcement right below. Next, we will talk about class list. Next, we have the class list, where you can create as many classes as needed. Right here, we have our class names, their start date, end date, the days of the week they are, when it was created, the class codes, which are specific to each class and how students can add in, number of licensed seats allocated to that class, the active roster number, course metrics, and the instructor. To create a class, click Create Class. You can name the class whatever you'd like, select the start date, the end date, which days of the week the class is, enter the license code for the specific instructor that's in charge, and the number of students for that class. Now, if you select a class name, you can edit the class. If you want to change the name, change the start date, end date, or which days of the week the class is, or you can also delete it. You can add in instructors if needed. So if there are 2 or more instructors that take care of the course, you can add them in so they can also do any edits to the class as needed. You can view the roster and edit license. Next, each class has its own metrics page. Click on metrics. Here you can view the overall progress, core concepts, activity progress, and self-assessments. As the students progress through the book, these metrics will change depending how many times they're going over it, when they last access it, and so forth. To check and change any metrics you'd like to look at, you'd click on Student, go to Customize, and here are the list of different metrics you can track for a class or an individual student. And all you would do is save. Next, we will be talking about the assignments list. In the assignments list is where any and all created assignments will populate here and show up in the home page. To add an assignment, we will click Add Assignment. All you have to do is name it, select the start date, a due date, select the chapters you'd like to add in. In this case, I'll just add in 1. You can select 1 or all classes. And as you can see, our chapter's assignment was created. If you click on the chapter, it'll jump you right to where you need to go. Now, if you want to check the metrics for that class and chapter, you just click it and it'll populate here, where once you have students working on those assignments, it'll show those metrics nicely here. Next, we will jump into the chapters. Here is where we'll find all of our chapters. As you can see, we have a wide range of chapters. If you click a chapter to the right, all the sections for that chapter will populate. Some chapters might have more and some might have less, as you can see. Now we will jump into one of the chapters and sections. Now I will show you what makes our ebook interactive and unique unlike anything else out there today. In order to interact with our ebook, you need either a mouse, an up and down arrow on a keyboard, your fingers for a touchpad, or phones. Here I will be using my mouse. Right here, you will see this high quality image that is taken through a CT MRI scan. And as I begin to scroll, you will see the image move. As it continues to move, eventually we will get to a certain highlighted portion where that highlighted section you can read along as you go. What makes it wonderful is that the faster you scroll, the faster it goes. Or if you want to slow down, you can do that. Quickly, I will show you how to switch the settings. So on the home page, if you were to jump into the settings option, you can change the speed here. I like it at this speed rate. If you like it on its normal speed rate, you can do that. Or if you like it faster or slower, every user is different. Let me go back to that. So as you continue to go, you will see the progress bar below to let you know how far along you are in this image. So as you continue to go, the user will read along and look at the image however they like to focus on it until it goes into the next bubble. As you see here, that image that we just completed turned green, meaning that we finished that little bubble. As you can see, it's white whenever I'm hovering it. All of the white bubbles are core concepts where the user will interact with the image and read along. As you can see here, this bubble is blue. These are all of our explore activities. Each one is different depending on the chapter and section that you are in. Some might have more and some might have less. Each explore activity will give you instructions on how to go about it. So in this case, you'll see the arrows here. Rotate and click identify the chambers in the dissected heart from a cadaver. So as you can see, I can rotate and I can click on it, showing what it is, the right ventricle. And when I'm done, I can move along. And then again, another explore activity where it gives you instructions. As you can see, there's a little guide right here on how to use it. Rotate the heart to locate the following structures: the right atrium. So as you go, the user can find the different parts of the structure and click on it. In this case, the right auricle. Now, as you move along, eventually you will get to these self-assessments, which are these green bubbles. Again, some might have more, some might have less. Each check for understanding is different. Some might be fill in the blanks. Others might be true or false. Match the correct layer to the indicated structure in the image. You can also increase the size of the image in order to see what you're looking at. Again, there's many different self-assessment questions. And each section might have more or less content in it. Now we will jump into the 3D on cloud. Finally, we will be looking at the male and female Asian cadaver on our new 3D on cloud. Starting with the male, comes with a few instructions if you have a mouse and keyboard. If you have a touchpad or phone, you can use your fingers. As you can see, we have a few tabs on top, a few slide bars on the top, which I will show you what they do in a minute. And below we have the zoom in and out, which you can control from your mouse or your fingers on a touchpad. Or you can just use a slide bar if you'd like. These will allow you to break down certain systems all the way down. So you can go in even further with the second one to remove all the arteries and veins and nerves, or you can put those systems back however you'd like, depending on what you'd like to focus on. So I will leave some of them in. Here we have the home option, which if it'll tell you, do you want to exit current data set? If you click yes, it will do that. And I will just reload that. Your next option above is switching the orientation of the cadaver. which as I wait for it to reload. You can switch its orientation however you like, front, back, to see those different systems from a different angle. You can switch it to its side, either way you'd like. Top down view, bottom up, switch it 90 degrees, and I will just set it back to its original setting. Let me just use my control
Scan
to drag it down. As you heard it say skin is because I have this voice option open. So for example, if I break the layers down even further,
external oblique muscle.
It'll say what it is, the left external oblique muscle. If you heard that, you can also toggle it off if you don't want that function on, but I will leave it on. Next is our other tools, which if you're looking here on the right, you'll see the removal tool. So if I want to look deeper in just a certain section of the anatomy, or cadaver, I should say, my apologies, I will remove it. And if I want to remove a few bones, I can. And as I remove those certain sections, it'll say what I'm removing right below, right here. So let's say you want to move the cadaver over so you can see it a little better, you can, or you can just have it in the center. I will just leave it in the center for now. And if I want to highlight a specific organ or section or bone in this case, it'll say what I'm highlighting, left fifth rib, and I can highlight other sections as well. And I can turn it off. I can go backwards if I accidentally remove the wrong part, or go forward. Okay. Next, we will look at the presets. These presets are a new addition in the fact that if you have a table, you can create the presets on the table, upload it onto our Natamaj cloud, and then the user can download those presets into the ebook. It's not backwards compatible. You can't go from ebook to the table though. So moving on. If you want to look at any specific system, you can just pick the system you'd like. All you would do is toggle it off, and then let's say I want to look at the cardiovascular system. I can. Let's say I want to look at the the nervous system. I can add those in. I can do a certain side, right side, remove the left, whatever option you'd like to toggle on and off here. Next, let me break it down a little bit. We have this color coding option. So if I click
Pericardium.
on the pericardium, for example, I can annotate it with this button right here, and I can even choose a specific color I'd like to add in. So definitely a wonderful new addition to the ebook. I hope you enjoy and have fun.